So this is my 2023 Chief Bobber Dark Horse. I have put over 1,300 miles on it, and I'm gonna tell you what I think of it so far. When I was looking for a second motorcycle, I had two motorcycles in mind. I had this, and then I had the Chief Dark Horse. And I'm gonna tell you why I chose this over the Chief Dark Horse. So I chose this for comfort. One being the higher handlebars, and then the second reason, the forward controls. So I prefer this riding position better. It puts me in a relaxed and comfortable riding position. I'm only 5'7", so I'm not too tall. When you compare this motorcycle to the Chief Dark Horse, the handlebars and the controls are two of the major differences. The Chief Dark Horse comes with the drag bars and the mid controls. And then the third major difference would be the front tire. This one comes with the fat spoke wheels classic look. And then the Chief Dark Horse comes with the really nice cast 19-inch front wheel. The Chief Dark Horse is more of like a sporty and aggressive bike. And this one is more of like a comfortable, relaxed bike, I would say. And I also really like the color of this bike, the titanium smoke. And I wanted the full logo on the side of the tanks instead of just like the wording. So yeah, those are the reasons I chose this over the regular Chief Dark Horse. Now, did this motorcycle meet my expectations? Am I satisfied with it? I would say most definitely. Starting with comfort, it really checked the box for me. The rear and front suspension are really good. They're well laid out. I have no complaints on the suspensions. I mean, I have a Scott Bobber with the stock suspension. I think anything is better than the stock suspension on the Scott Bobber. I also have not done any adjustments to the rear suspension. But like I said, it's been doing good so far. I'm only 138 pounds and I have not tried it with the passenger or luggage, so I can't speak on that. But my fiance rides this bike as well. He's 180-ish pounds and he has no complaints about it either. So yeah, suspension's good. The brakes have been great. I love that it comes with ABS as standard. The shifting is very smooth. The bike is very nimble. It dips in very easily. You can throw it wherever you want it to go. And this thing is powerful. It's got a good amount of torque, especially on sport mode. The throttle is twitchy on sport mode until you get used to it. I usually ride this in standard mode, and then whenever I feel like messing around, I'll switch it to sport mode. But yeah, the bike is a lot of fun on sport mode. Talking about the power of the bike, the one thing I don't like about the bike is the seat. So when you open throttle, you'll be hanging on for dear life on sport mode. The seat doesn't have any back support to keep you on it. And it's also not comfortable on longer rides. So if you plan to get this motorcycle, definitely plan to invest in a better seat. So wet weight on this bike comes at 694 pounds. This is the heaviest bike that I have owned, the heaviest bike I've rode. And I would say that the bike feels very planted at higher speeds. It feels very stable. If it's windy, you don't feel like your bike is getting blown off side to side. So it kind of makes you feel safer in some way that the bike feels heavier and planted. Now moving on, cruise control. This thing comes in handy. I love this thing. I have used the heck out of it. There you go. Boom. Easy. Less speed, go left. More speed, go right. It was weird for me at first using the cruise control because my Scout doesn't have cruise control. My previous bike didn't have cruise control. So it was just weird, but it comes in handy. But I think it would make more sense to have cruise control on the left side. But, ooh, see, the suspension is great. Because when you're trying to set it up, it's like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to have it on the same side. Now, some of the cons for me would be the seat. Like I said, it's not comfortable. It doesn't have any back support. It does feel comfortable. It seems like it's made out of some gel. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but it's not comfortable. You will feel the pain and the discomfort after riding for over an hour or so. But yeah, definitely plan to invest in a better seat. My second con would be the screen. It takes long to load up sometimes, but it's not really a problem. It's not like you need the screen to load up to be able to ride. The only reason that it's a con for me is because sometimes when I leave the bike in sport mode, I want to be able to switch to standard before I leave. Or if you're trying to set up navigation or whatever you're trying to do on the screen before you leave, you have to wait for it to load up. See how it's black for a while? Yeah, those are the only two cons for me. I absolutely love this bike. I have nothing else to complain about. I have other things that I want to swap out, like the levers. They seem too far away for me and they're thick, but those are not really complaints. It's just preference at this point. But yeah, this bike is absolutely amazing. It's got a ton of power. It's comfortable. Now, would I recommend this bike to anyone? And I would say, absolutely, this bike has everything that you need. It's small enough to rip around town, and it's also ready to be taken on long trips. It comes with the navigation on your 4-inch screen, cruise control, you have the fuel gauge. You know, it's ready with a few upgrades, of course, like if you want to add storage or a windshield, you know, whatever you want to add to it, and you're ready to go. Like, honestly, I look at this bike and there's not really something that I'm really trying to change right away because the bike is just ready to go. This bike is a lot of fun. It's got plenty of power. It's beautiful. And I'm very, very happy with this motorcycle. So I will be planning a video comparing this to my Indian Scout Bobber. So if you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer on the video, go ahead and leave them in the comment section down below. And as usual, thank you guys for being here. Go ahead and leave me a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever I post a video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching and peace out.